You know, when Trump visits, you have to find something to do with him. You can't just take him for a stroll around town. So instead, you take him for a stroll inside a palace where he gets uncomfortably close to the band. Just kind of stands there staring until the prime minister leads him to the other side of the room where, yep, not much to see here. The flags, he salutes the drapes. I don't know what he's saluting. Keep going, Mr. President. We need you to keep moving along. Now he's just bored. Now he's like what the hell am I doing? I'm missing Sean Hannity for this? So who can I even talk to? He's like, oh, over here? All right. I think I recognize some of those people. I think those, yeah, a couple of those people work for me, so I guess I'll go. It's like he's lost at the mall. And maybe I'll just climb up onto this little podium. Oh, where the hell are the geisha girls I was?
Kimmel didn't just throw jabs. He air-fried Trump in real time and served him with a side of laughter and regret. Picture it, Trump, somewhere in Florida, probably glued to his TV, scrolling through channels, waiting for anyone to say his name so he can declare victory over the ratings.
You give kids Pokemon cards to get them to behave. A golf bag, a putter, a medal, and now a crown.
I think we have the hottest country anywhere in the world.
Maybe he could just stay there and be king of South Korea. Inside update on Trump's very extreme White House makeover. You know who apparently wasn't on board with the plan to demolish the East Wing? Melania. Melania did not join the president for his trip to Asia, and according to the Wall Street Journal, is not a fan of his latest renovation. The First Lady is said to have raised private concerns about building.
Kimmel's on air like he's been saving this monologue since 2016, and tonight, he's finally cashing it in. Every line hit like a tweet storm that just escaped rehab. Wild, unpredictable.
Walking him around the place, it reminded me of something. I was trying to think, what did that remind me of? Right. The Westminster Dog Show. It's a very similar event. He and that terrier have the same hairstyle. Praised the new Japanese prime minister as a winner. He said they've become very close friends, and he told reporters he has caught more shrimp in his mouth at Benihana than any president in history, which she was impressed by. And then they had a signing ceremony to seal the deal and declare a new golden age of U.S.-Japan relations. There you go. They'd say it the same way in Japanese.
Ego, that allergy to humor, that endless need to be the most talked about, Kimmel shredded it all, like a scandalous tabloid fed through a paper shredder. He didn't paint Trump as a villain. He framed him as America's most persistent sitcom character, loud, delusional, strangely entertaining, and completely unaware that the show should have been canceled seasons ago. And it worked. The audience howled because, deep down, everyone recognized the absurdity. Politics had morphed into theater, and Kimmel was the only one brave enough to call it a comedy. The best part, Trump, true to form, couldn't help but make it worse. The man treats feuds like hobbies right after golf and self-praise. Instead of ignoring the jokes, he ranted about nasty shows and biased networks, accidentally turning Kimmel's roast into the best promo of the week. By morning, social media was a circus. Kimmel clips everywhere, hashtags multiplying like wildfire, Trump fans crying foul while secretly rewatching the punchlines. Even people who don't do politics were suddenly comedy critics, dissecting every line. And yes, Kimmel went all the way, no filter, no fear, just pure premium-grade satire, served piping hot.
Here at home, the unrest in Portland continues to rage out of control. Antifa terrorists are destroying government. Oh, wait, that's the White House. Oh, that's what Trump did on purpose, without permission, to the White House. I told you we should have made him put down a security deposit. Over the summer, Trump announced he was going to build a big, beautiful ballroom, but promised it would not in any way affect the structure of the White House. And then he demolished.
After everything, the hand gestures, the overblown speeches, the way Trump acts like declaring victory is a cure for every problem on earth.
Peeled my hair and then had something floating on top of my head that looked like a floating crown, but an extremely small one. Really weird. Now, I want to go back to that cover and show you this crown. Okay, that's not a crown. That's the letter M. Only he would see an M on his head and assume it's a crown. If that's not an M, you're on the cover of Tie magazine, okay? finally being honored for wearing that tie down to your knees. Every morning is a game of who am I mad at today? Is it the Cracker Barrel logo? Is it windmills? Is it Bad Bunny? Is it...
Provides the setup, and Kimmel, Fallon, or Colbert delivers the punchline. It's the never-ending loop of ego versus irony.
Secretary of the Treasury to explain why.
Why didn't the president tell the public he was going to tear down the entire East Wing, which, as you know, is a part of the People's House?
I think this was a judgment call on the president. The president is a master builder. You know, I don't know. I assume that maybe parts of the East Wing, could have been asbestos, could have been mold.
Oval Office. He paved over the Rose Garden. He added a golden hall of presidents, and he isn't done.
This house was not taken care of the way it was supposed to be. I take very good care of property. You'll notice the floors downstairs. I paid for them. Marble, the most beautiful marble you've ever seen. The white floors down in the palm room. The most beautiful floors, the most beautiful lights and chandeliers. And now it's starting to gleam like it should. It'll be the most beautiful ballroom anywhere in the world, I think.
Wait a minute. Is it possible that he's planning to sell the White House?
Now, he's the punchline, still the star, just not in the way he ever imagined. The world hasn't stopped watching him. It simply changed the channel from reality to comedy. And honestly, that feels like poetic justice. Kimmel didn't take Trump down with politics or outrage. He did it with laughter, the one weapon Trump can't spin. Meanwhile, you can almost picture Trump somewhere, plotting his next comeback, convinced he's still running the show. But here's the brutal truth. The moment you become a meme, you lose control of your image. Jan Trump has become the most viral running gag in American history. Kimmel didn't just roast him, he immortalized him as comedy's favorite target. Because that's the thing about mockery, it lingers. Politicians fade, scandals blur, but jokes live forever.
Yesterday, Trump had what was easily the most presidential day of his life. He was front and center on the world stage signing a ceasefire in the Middle East, and then he got home. He started going through the internet, and he just couldn't help himself. Trump made the cover of Time magazine, which he usually loves. You know, before he was president, he had fake Time magazine covers hanging on the walls of his golf club, for real. But this one, I guess, conjured up some mixed feelings because of the photo being used. It's upset him so much that at 1:36 a.m. he posted, Time magazine wrote a relatively good story about me, but the picture may be the worst of all time.
2. And this one will echo through every rerun, every highlight reel, and every Best of Kimmel compilation for years to come. Trump may still crave the spotlight, but at this point, it only finds him through punchlines, and, somehow, that feels poetic. The man who once dominated the news now dominates the laugh track. The self-proclaimed master of television finally met his match, not in a debate, not in an election, but in a monologue. Jimmy Kimmel didn't just roast Trump, he reclaimed the art of public humor, proving that sometimes the best way to handle chaos is to laugh it out loud.